Hello, Harto! I had to. I'm Anna Joanna, and this is my book review for the Walking Book Club of Mitch Albom's 5 People You Meet in 10 People. 5 People You Meet in Heaven. I actually read Mitch Albom's 5 People You Meet in Heaven in about like grade 6 or 7 or 8, and I think what I got most from the first reading of the book is that it was really good. And when I first read it, I didn't really look at the deeper meanings or kind of what it was trying to say. As a younger reader, I really just sort of read a book, said, oh yeah, I enjoyed it, or oh, that was kind of boring, and then that was that. What I got from the book the second time around is that for me, the strongest theme throughout was you don't really know what's going on around you. You don't know how you're impacting other people's lives necessarily until you open your eyes and you really kind of look. And for Eddie, it was going to heaven that kind of gave him this eye-opening experience. But I think in a way, the book was sort of teaching us to take that and to do it ourselves and sort of look around, you know, and open our eyes to the things that are going on around us more than just sort of going through the daily day activities. Wake up, brush your teeth, take a shower, eat, go to work, go to school, whatever, come home, be really tired, sleep, and then just repeat and repeat and repeat. So I think what the book was trying to say, or what I felt that the book was trying to say, is that you gotta kind of look beyond what your routine is and what you're really comfortable doing, and open your eyes to see how you may have touched people's lives, and it could be in a negative or a positive way. What really made me think about this in the book, when Eddie met the blue man, the first person he met in heaven, I think that's where it first kind of clicked for me that there may be someone who you have no idea about that you've completely touched in a way that maybe could be negative. I mean, in the extreme in the book, of course, or it could be really positive. Like, there could be maybe an 8-year-old that looks up to you and you have absolutely no idea because you're just so busy, or I'm so busy, kind of going through the day-to-day, going to university and then coming back home and going and blah 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 blah. You gotta open your eyes and you've gotta look around at the world and what it is, and you've gotta really take a moment every day to step back and look around, try to understand what you're here for. And this actually brings me to my next point, which is everyone has this idea of heaven and hell, but for Eddie, going to heaven was getting an understanding about his life, getting an understanding of why everything happened the way it did, getting an understanding of of how he touched the people around him, getting an understanding of why his relationship with his father was the way it was, why the people around him acted the way they did. A much more general view of heaven, I think, in the like the general public's eye, is that it's this place with like angels and all white and spirits and blah blah blah, whatever it may be. But the book was saying that heaven, the best place you could be, the place you are when you are off this earth, is the place where you understand why. And I think that's really powerful because we can understand what we can try to understand now, you know, but everyone's too busy to do that. If heaven, the best place on earth, is essentially gaining knowledge, then I feel that we should spend more time now in our current lives trying to get more knowledge. Or maybe looking past the little things like, oh man, I just had a fight with whoever, or I just, I don't know, spilled the milk. Don't cry over spilled milk, essentially. Mitch Albom is trying to say that heaven is the ultimate place, and heaven being the ultimate place is where you get knowledge. So why don't we try to get knowledge and look around us now? I really like the book, and I really like the kind of underlying themes, and especially Eddie was so bitter about how his leg was hurting, and he didn't know that it was the captain who shot him. He didn't know that if his leg hadn't been injured, he might have been dead. So, and his entire life he kept that bitterness in his heart, and he let it eat away at him, and he let it ruin the relationships around him. Maybe not openly stated in the book, but I'm sure, I know when, let's say, my arm hurts, whatever, I'm not in a good mood to help anyone else be in a good mood. So he kind of let that eat away at him, and in that whole scene where his leg got shot, a girl died in the fire and his captain died. I mean, it just asks you to take a moment and a step back. Think about the things you're bitter about, and think about the things that frustrate you and really irritate you and you want to go punch a wall. And, you know, think about maybe not so much how it's affecting you, but how it's affecting the people that you love around you. At least for me personally, when I look around at the people I love, I don't necessarily see inside them and what they're going through, but I see how it's affecting me, how I'm affected by the things around me that are happening to me. But it really shows you to take a different look and a different view, and kind of look at what's going on to everyone else. If you're feeling down, maybe go to a friend, or go to someone who's not necessarily a friend, but you maybe want to make a friend, and just sort of say, hey, what if you're feeling down, you know, let's have a chat. And that makes both of you feel better, and why not make two people feel better out of one little thing? So yeah, that's what I got from the book. I really enjoyed it. So thank you, Hannah, for starting this book club and picking a really good book to review. I had a really good time kind of rereading it and seeing everything I had looked over the first time that I read it, which is really cool. You know, also, if you remember reading a book that you really liked, go back to it and you'll see it with a completely new light. Hannah Hart, you always give a kiss to us at the end of your videos. Here is my kiss to you. Mwah. Thanks again. Check out my last video if you would like to. I talked about what I did home alone for the weekend. It involved maybe a little bit of Miley Cyrus, maybe a little bit of partying, and I definitely did dance with a mirror. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the last one. I hope you enjoyed the future one. Bye!